What's going on, everybody? Welcome back. We're going to talk about Magik and the Uncanny X-Men and how they are a force on war offense. We're going to talk about that tonight. I'm going to talk about the stats with Magik, what I've been investing in with her, T4s, ISO, talk about her stats a little bit. But if you guys do find this video helpful, you do enjoy it, make sure to hit that like button and subscribe to the channel. Do appreciate you guys subscribing. It does help drive the algorithm, helps YouTube promote the channel a little bit more. I do appreciate all of you guys who have subscribed so far. But let's talk Magik. So this is my Magik right now. I've pulled 4 red stars on her. I bought 1 offer. I'm probably not going to buy another one. That does. Now you're probably saying, oh, that means she's bad. Far from it. She is not bad. And we're talking about her stats. She has very impressive stats. Very low in the health department, but her armor, focus, and resistance are all like top of the line. She's got very good stats. I've got her tier 12, level 68. Only did that for the T4 on the special. And yeah, 3-3 on there. ISO 4 Striker. Now, I have Striker on her. She has a lot of piercing damage, but also this passive ability, even without the T4, that Striker is going to be really, really helpful. But yeah, I mean, let's start with her basic here. The bonus ISO attack does the exact same effect. Clears 2 random positive effects, piercing damage, bonus ISO attack, very, very helpful. Her special is by far, I'd say, is like the most important T4 on her. Very much required because of what it does to the rest of the Uncanny X-Men team. Applies plus 10 charge to all chargeable Uncanny X-Men allies. That means Storm, Cyclops, and Colossus are all going to get plus 10 charge. I think Colossus stacks up to 5 at max, but both Cyclops and Storm will stack up to 20. This plus 10 charge allows Storm to go off on her next turn. And boy, let me tell you, when you see it, it's incredible what you're gonna see with it, with Storm and Magik. Magik and Storm is like the most deadly combo because of what they can do. The ultimate here, this is not bad. You know, the clearing ability block from all X-Men allies, barrier all X-Men allies, and does some solid damage, plus 25% drain on this. But yeah, that's not bad. Her passive though, very, very good. On spawn, bury yourself for all X-Men ally and all X-Men allies for 30% of this character's max health. And then when an enemy attacks an X-Men ally, gain plus 2 charge up to a maximum of 20. If the ally is Colossus or Kitty, gain plus 3 instead up to a maximum of 20. This will also, I believe, when we go through the footage, she also does gain the bonus charge from her special on this. So this does help it more often. If this character has 20 charge at the end of any turn, attack the enemy with the highest damage, 400% damage, lose all charge. Now, here's the big thing. This is where gearing her up and leveling her up even more than what I have here be very important with the summoning of Phoenix, but I found no reason to worry about that just yet. Gain drain and armor for X-Men, Uncanny X-Men. They gain armor and they gain drain. Very, very important. This passive T4, probably the second most important T4 on her, and then you can ignore the other 2 T4s. You don't really need the other 2. The ability block's fine, but I haven't found a need for that in what I've been fighting so far. And trust me, we've been finding some good teams so far. We're gonna go over that footage, but yeah, this is my Magik. Yeah, you don't really need to go any crazier on her here. And in terms of stats, let's start by health. Magik is 96th in terms of health, so she's like right at the line. I think she's just below average. Damage, she's down here at 48. But then armor, it is boosted by the passive, so she's number 4 in terms of armor. In terms of focus, she's at 14th. And in terms of resistance, she's 11th. So top of the line in armor, focus, and resistance. Below average in health. Above average. I mean, 50th place in terms of damage out of close to 200 characters. That's not bad. So, I mean, her damage is pretty good, but remember, she also has piercing in her basic and her special. So, statistically speaking, she's a very, very powerful character. So, yeah, if you start gearing her up, you're not going to be disappointed. I know some people said, I've seen some people say they're very disappointed in her. Honestly, I think that she's more a kit-based character than a stat-based character. Because all I really need to do is make sure she gets her special, gets that special off, puts the charge on Cyclops and Storm, and it's really over at that point. Yeah, I'm going to show you guys some footage. I've got some different fights. We've got Doc Ock. We're going to warm up with Doc Ock. I'm already gonna say it in the video title. We're gonna talk about New Warriors with Silver Surfer, 150k punch up against that team, and then we're gonna talk about Brotherhood Doom, how Uncanny X-Men can beat Brotherhood Doom, but it will require you to invest heavily in Storm, and we'll talk about that when we get to that video with Brotherhood Doom. So without further ado, let's dive into the gameplay footage and let's break it down. All right, so this is the first fight we've got here. It's pretty much a punch across with Doc Ock. And really, this was just something I wanted to start off. This was like the first team I tested against when I was getting things going with Magik, just to see what we could do here. I mean, it's nothing impressive. It's your generic Doc Ock team. It's got Vulture there, which makes things a little more challenging for us. But as we go through this fight, you'll see some stuff that does kind of that will change things up. Like you'll see the synergy between Magik and Storm and just what it does. So there, we got speed down on Storm and Magik. Not ideal. That's the problem with Vulture. Vulture does kind of make things screwy, especially when he gets to his ultimate here in a second with that speed bar reduction. That does tighten the window, but what we're going to do is the special on Storm. Not only does it give charge to a lot of your X-Men over here and to herself, but also that will reduce speed bar on the primary target by 30%. So you're going to target with Doc with that to make sure that Doc gets that reduction in speed bar. And yeah, we get the summon here with Doc. We get the regeneration on everybody. No big deal. Phoenix is going to use her special here. Put everybody in stealth. She's going to take all the debuffs. She's got defense down, disrupt, a bunch of stuff. Not a big deal. We're just going to start doing some damage to Doc. We're going to try to... We want to leave that up. I left that up so I could use the special here with Magik to get that striker combo bonus on with her so that she could also remove some of these regens if possible. So she uses her special here, and you're gonna see you don't see the combat text, but everybody here just got a crap ton of charge. It's kind of difficult to see, but there, yeah, now you see how much charge everybody has. We'll let Magik go back off here to the side. Magik's got a ton of charge as well. So plenty of charge to go around. Storm has a ton. She's got speed up because of her passive. She's going to go off here in a second. And whew. So the big thing that you have with Storm, you have two mechanics with Storm that has some really nice synergy with that charge. Her ultimate gets a lot of bonus damage per stack of charge. And her special gets an additional 10% chance to stun per charge on her. Well, you just gave her 10 charge, which now means that this special here is now a 100% chance to stun everything over here. So, uses that special, boom. Now, we did resist the stun on Doc, which was unfortunate, but everything else got stunned. He blocks, not a big deal. His ultimate off. Phoenix comes back to life. Now Cyclops does his ultimate. Boom. There you go. So that was not ideal. Ideally, you want Doc to get stunned. He can, even if things go wrong and Doc resists that stun like he did there and he gets his ultimate, kills Magik, it's not a big deal. At that point, you're gonna basically get this. Like, Phoenix dies, Cyclops gets his offense up, defense down on Doc. Gonna let that ultimate go off here on Cyclops. See the amount of damage he does. Even block, that was still 243k. But did some solid damage to the other characters with that defense down, the offense up on Cyclops. So, yeah, this wasn't ideal. This was like the first fight I did. And I was like, okay. I mean, yeah, we can beat Doc. That's not bad. So we'll go from there. Now, one other thing I did try was Emma Marauders, because Emma teams are always a pain in the butt for your Uncanny X-Men, because Sinister clones Phoenix, and then Phoenix turns into Dark Phoenix. It's a pain in the butt. I did a test on it. It works fine. Unfortunately, my phone decided that it did not want to record that. I'm going to throw the screenshots up here before and after. Nothing to really break down there. I mean, Emerald teams are kind of going out anyways, because, you know, they're getting broken up. So I may do that. I may do another breakdown of that in the future. But once I start getting to the stuff with like New Warriors and Brotherhood Doom, I decided, you know what, we're not going to worry about trying to record it again and get better footage of it. We've got other fights to talk about here. And speaking of, here you go, 150k punch up against New Warriors, Silver Surfer, Drax in that 5th spot. It's not a bad Silver Surfer either. 2.1 striker on him. Solid New Warriors here too. But really, all you need to do is make sure your Magik survives long enough to get her special. Let Storm stun, and then just go from there. Same thing as before. And really, this was kind of like, this is the ideal situation. Now, one thing here, if you ability block Phoenix, it gets a little more tricky, because then Phoenix can't take everything off, and then things can get really, really bad. So if you do get ability block on Phoenix, it's really RNG. You have a 20% chance of this fight really getting screwy. But I did a fight without Silver Surfer, and the New Warriors were here. I think it was Minerva instead of Silver Surfer, and the team won without any problems. Surfer just adds an extra layer of RNG, but even without Surfer, you're still going to be able to crush these New Warriors. So Phoenix, there's a special. She dies here. She takes all this damage. Phoenix off or defense down on everybody. We're gonna use a special here with Magik. Kill Drax. Does some damage to everybody on the team, which is fine. And in case you're wondering how much damage she does, it's not like a crazy amount. However, I should also mention that Magik does basically get a free turn because Phoenix dies. So you're gonna get it back to back here with Magik. So those are special. Not a lot of damage. I mean, you're talking like 60k. There's an 80k crit there, 40k on Silver Surfer. So yeah, nothing too crazy. But now we've put the stacks of charge on Storm. Storm goes off. The trick here is being able to get stun on Surfer. We did not. There was defense down. He still has defense up. He's got a crap load of resistance. This is where the Skirmisher level 5 on Storm would be very helpful to get that 50% boost in focus. Would help make sure that stun lands. There's a 100% chance to apply the stun. The trick is then making sure, or 100% chance to try to apply stun. But you still have to go through the resistance check. It's not a huge boost in focus. This is where like Skirmisher level 5 on Storm would be very helpful. Get that 50% boost in focus. Take her up to tier 14. You shouldn't have any problems starting on Silver Surfer then. We stunned everybody else, though. I mean, Cloak and Dagger and Deathpool are all stunned. So now, you know, they all lose their turns. I mean, Dagger could have gone there, done her chain, or could have done her ultimate, and that would have been really, really bad. Phoenix goes. Now Cyclops does his stuff. We got a stunned Cloak, and that's very, very important, too. In case you haven't fought Cloak before, Cloak has a stupid high dodge chance. He's got like 50% if you T4 his passive. So yeah, if you can get him stunned like this, and also if I have to go back and look at the kit stuff, we'll go back when we talk about Storm's kit, we'll talk about this. But I believe also she can't, this can't be dodged, her special. I believe it's her special. Her special or her ultimate can't be dodged if they have 10 stacks of charge. I believe it's her special that can't be dodged. So yeah, this is pretty big. It can't miss. It's different. As long as she doesn't have blind, it's gonna land. So yeah, there you go. Magik gets another turn because Phoenix died. Kill off Cloak. Now, if Dagger does her ultimate, it's not gonna do the crap load of debuffs because now Cloak is dead. You have to have Cloak present in order for Dagger's ultimate to do a lot of damage. So now we're gonna do some damage to almost kill Colossus there. Got really, really close. Colossus then dies from the ISO attack. Boom. So now, boom. Do the ultimate from Cyclops. Doesn't do a ton of damage here. And if you look at it, he did not have offense up. He lost the offense up. That was a problem with Phoenix dying too quickly. And this is where I think maybe the stacks where he gets 2 ability energy, if he gets up to 20 stacks, if you invested in the passive T4 for Cyclops, maybe you'd be able to get it timed so that if Phoenix does die early on, Cyclops does still have that offense up and is able to get that ultimate off in time. It's very tricky. A big problem with the Uncanny X-Men is all about timing. I'm noticing my camera is kind of wigging out. I apologize. I'm getting a little blurry. But yeah, passive or ultimate there. Not a lot of damage, 121k, 127k, sorry, to Surfer, but gives him speed down. So now, there we go, defense down. Get a skirmish or get a vulnerable stack on him. Almost lose Cyclops there. This is the tricky part. Is that Surfer, leaving that Surfer alone was a bit of a problem. Not getting that stun on Surfer really kind of screwed with things too. But we're able to take him down here. I could have used the ultimate there. Also, the passive on Storm here would have been helpful too, because that gives her +3 charge every turn instead of +1 when she uses her basic. So yeah, eventually we get Surfer down. Not bad. But yeah, that's where the boost to focus with Skirmisher on Storm would be very helpful, making sure Surfer gets stunned so that you don't worry about him just one-shotting your Claws. That's pretty much what happened. Claws has got one shot by Surfer there on that special. So there you go. Beats New Warriors and Surfer. 150k punch up against New Warriors and Silver Surfer. Just got to make sure that Surfer ability block does not land on Phoenix, and you should be fine. So the base 20% chance to more than likely fail this, but if this is a punch across, I don't think this would be too much of a problem. But hey, here you go. And then here's the final one I want to talk about. Uncanny X-Men versus Brotherhood Doom. So this one, I was like, you know what? We beat New Warriors with Silver Surfer. Let's go for it. Let's see if these guys can beat Brotherhood Doom. I did not win. However, I'm going to show you guys a proof of concept that shows that you can win as long as you gear up Storm. You should be fine. So it's pretty much going to come down to getting Phoenix killed off, her defense down, in conjunction with the ultimate from Storm that should be able to take out Doom in time. Now, my Storm at this point was tier 12, level 65, no T4s on her. I did pull 7 red on her, so that did help quite a bit. We're going to lose Phoenix here in a second. I'm just building up charge on Storm. My whole goal is to build up charge as much as possible. The T4 passive on Storm, we'll talk about the T4s on Storm and how to make this work better in a second once I show you guys this fight. Reduce speed bar on Doom, just a little bit. Gives us a little more breathing room. Kills off Phoenix. Phoenix dies. Defense down, everybody. That defense down is very important. You're going to need that defense down. Now, here I goofed. I probably should have hit Doom here with the ultimate. I tried to go for Blob and Magneto instead. And you can see I was sitting here thinking about it. And I should have gone for the ultimate on Doom just to drop him a little lower. I don't know if the Health Steal from Phoenix will charge the ability energy and speed bar on Doom. I haven't tried that yet, but I could have dropped him below half health here and then gotten the ultimate off from Storm and maybe gotten it in time. So there was one missed opportunity there, possibly. If the Health Steal does charge his ability energy and a speed bar, it wouldn't work. But here you go. So what I did here, I used the defense down plus the stacks of charge from Magik to Storm and the defense down from Phoenix dying. And I'm going to use that ultimate here with Storm. And, ooh, so close. Like 10% health left on Doom. So here's your proof of concept. That's a tier 12, level 65, 7 red, 7 yellow. But if you take her up to tier 14, maybe. So I saw this and I was like, well, you know what? Let's just go ahead and throw gear on her. Let's throw a T4 on her. Let's see what happens. So I did. And you can see I'm a little higher in power here. About another 10k. That was me just gearing her up here. And you can see right there, threw the ultimate T4 on her. I'm a crazy person. I'm very, very crazy. I shouldn't have done this. Like, I should have just left it at that proof of concept and said, yeah, that's more than enough. But no, I decided to throw a T4 on our ultimate. I'm crazy like that. So yeah, here we go. We're going to try it again. Exact same process. Let Phoenix die, get that defense up or defense down on the enemy team. This time I didn't apply taunt to Doom with Cyclops special, so it didn't really matter. There we go. Did some damage. Didn't reduce speed bar that time on Doom. Not a big deal. Ultimate from Phoenix or from Magik here. Now, I could have killed Blob there if I had more damage on Magik, if I geared her up more. It is what it is. All right, Health Steal from Phoenix. Okay, so right now, Doom is still much higher on health. He's about 60 to 70% on health, which was not what I want, which was a little bit higher than what I wanted. But we're stuck behind this taunt on Juggernaut. So, of course, I taunted with Cyclops instead. I want to get these deflects going. Boom. So close. 400k that time. And look at how close he is. He's like right there. He's so close to dying. Oh, it hurt. But yeah, if you take Storm, if you gear her up and really buff her up, and if you do that passive T4 on Storm, again, we'll show that here in our kit in a second. But if you do that to Storm here, you've got a recipe to defeat Brotherhood Doom with Uncanny X-Men. That, I mean, now you don't have to dedicate your X-Factor Rhino teams to Brotherhood Doom. This gives you another counter to your Brotherhood Doom teams that doesn't involve Kestrel, doesn't involve, God forbid, Weapon X or X-Factor Rhino. Now you have your Uncanny X-Men team that can do it. We got so close here. So close. Boom. Now, there was one instance where I won, where it, like, really screwed up. It didn't pull Colossus. Colossus was still off to the side. And Doom, Phoenix didn't die. So Doom did his ultimate and his special. Phoenix resurrected as Dark Phoenix and was able to kill them off. Not a problem, but still, like, it's so close, man. So, yeah, let's just talk about Storm. Honestly, if I had to redo this, I would have done the passive T4 instead of the ultimate T4. You're better off going for both. Like, both would have made this clear Brotherhood Doom, I think. This right here, on turn of Magic and Ally, gain +3 charge up to a maximum of 20. That would give her another 6 stacks of charge for her ultimate, which would be great because then her ultimate would have done 600% more damage. So, number one, like this ultimate T4, if this character has 20 charge, this attack cannot miss. Okay, yeah. This attack has 100% bonus focus, cannot be dodged or countered. So, yeah, Cloak's not going to dodge this no matter what. That's what it is. And then Storm of the Century, if she has 20 charge, cannot miss. But, yeah, that passive, if I'd done the passive T4, I would have gained 90% bonus per charge. That would have been better than the T4 ultimate. It's better to go for both. Both T4s would let you easily defeat Brotherhood Doom. So, if you want to go for this, if you really want to invest in Storm this much and make her useful against Brotherhood Doom and like let you give yourself a Brotherhood Doom counter, I mean, here you go. But yeah, I mean, that's gonna kind of wrap it up. We showed some good footage. I like this team. I like what we're seeing with Magik and Uncanny X-Men. Definitely a top tier war team in my opinion. Anybody that can beat New Warriors, Silver Surfer, or Brotherhood Doom is a pretty solid war team. But let me know what you guys think down below if you guys enjoyed this video. Make sure to hit that like button, share, and subscribe. I will see you guys next time.